Welcome back, my Scorpio friend, to the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot. I am Zachary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are returning, and welcome for the first time if this is your first time. I am happy to have you here, and thank you so much for all of the responses that were given to my original videos. It was really helpful, and it was really exciting and touching to be able to interact with you here. I mean, sitting here and doing these readings, I'm just chatting with my phone and a ring light, right? So it's really cool to have that human interaction in this kind of media. So thank you, and please continue. I'd love to continue with that. Like, share, comment, subscribe if this resonates with you, and if you are enjoying my content, please show me love. I would love to show you more love. So we're going to go ahead and get started on your weekly read here for October 9th, the week of the 9th. This is the week of the eclipse as well. So there might be some similar messages that come through as your monthly read. And if you haven't seen the monthly read, feel free to go back there and check that out. It definitely goes into more detail about what you may be experiencing right now. So I got my Lightseers Tarot, my Witchy deck, and then I've also pulled out my Standard Rider to do any clarifications that I feel like might need to be done. Let's get going. So, my Scorpios, how are y'all doing after this last read? Definitely seemed like there were some choppy waters for some of you. Definitely some loneliness or feeling nervous, anxious, scared even over some new ventures, or just feeling disconnected in general. Let's see what this week brings for you. Spirit, what messages do we have for Scorpio this week? What do we have? There was a note in there about drinking, the last one too, the song that was in my house. What do you do with a drunken sailor? Spirit, what do we do with a drunken sailor? For Scorpio this week. I don't need friends, I make myself laugh. That's fine. This is fine. Okay, love this. Already we've got 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. So what that's saying to me is that there's definitely an energy of more divine love, or love coming in a connected and full kind of way. The 10 of Cups is about that fulfillment in the relationship realm, your emotions, with others. So I think those of you that have been struggling with connection with other people, feeling lonely, feeling isolated, I think that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for you. So let's take a look here. We've got the Five of Wands, we've got the Devil, Judgment, Seven of Cups, and then I'm gonna pull those 4 cards that are your challenge, your blessing, additional information on the outcome here, and then what energy needs to be cleared in order for you to get the best possible outcome. What do we do with the drunken sailor? I don't know, Spirit. Oh, get them some McDonald's, that's what we do. Hey. I'm not sleep deprived, you are. Okay. So we've got the Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and then the Hanged One. All right. Let's get right on into it. So the Five of Wands here, this is going to be the energy that is coming into this situation, or what's led to this situation here. And the Five of Wands is about competition. It's about competing with others to reach a goal, or here being in the wand suit, there's that fire energy, that passion, inspiration, creativity that's a part of that. I think what this is saying to me is that some of you are trying to, or working towards being good at what you do. Maybe like proving to other people that you can do it, or that you are even the best, depending on what your goal is. Or just proving to yourself that you can do something. Yeah, we'll take a look at that further. I might clarify that. So what's not important right now? Just right now, it can be important again, but the devil is what comes through. So what that's saying to me is not worrying about maybe as much of your shadow right now. I think because with the judgment coming through, that is the important part. I think what that's saying to me is it's not as important to focus on, I want to clarify this too, but like completely destroying this toxicity inside of yourself, or releasing yourself from these binds. Definitely an important energy. But to me, with the judgment card coming in as far as what is important right now, I feel like there's an energy saying that what is important is making the choice to bring your true self forward. I think what I'm getting on that too, actually, is because the judgment is about judgment, but not of others. It's about judgment of the self. What this is asking, that I'm getting, is that Spirit's wanting you to turn your magnifying glass on the good portions of yourself and less on the bad portions of yourself. Good, bad. The more of the light portions of yourself rather than the dark portions. So I think that's making more sense to me here. It's less about forgetting about what's going on here. Let's say, like in the last reading, I mentioned, some of you may be drinking a little bit too much, and that might be causing issues with feeling more down. What Spirit's asking you to do is turn your face towards the sun, let the shadows fall behind you. Thank you. There we go. There it is. So you're being encouraged right now to just become a little bit more positive about your situation. There's never going to be a force that comes in that totally changes how you are viewing or experiencing something. And so if you are feeling isolated, if you're feeling down, or if you're feeling even isolated as far like you're new to a situation, whether that's a new relationship, or like you've moved somewhere new, or started a new job somewhere, it's asking you to really focus on the qualities about yourself that are the beige knees. Instead of getting down on yourself about those things that you need to work on, now is not that time. It's just not that time. Especially with the eclipse coming through, we are using that chaos energy, that portal energy, to jump into the timeline that we want, to hyperspeed. In Mario, they had that cheat where you could just run up the top down to the other warp tunnels. That's what we're doing this week. So we don't want to focus on going into the negative worlds, right? We want to jump ahead to go save Peach. So where this leads, or what it's good for, is the Seven of Cups. What this is telling me is that by focusing on those qualities about yourself that are of the light, you're going to notice that maybe there are more choices in front of you than you thought. Let's say that you are struggling with relationships right now, or making friends, or really seeing that you are capable at doing something. When we do turn our face towards the sun and let the shadows fall behind us, we can start to see what's actually in front of us. And maybe there's some more options that you weren't really seeing before. Maybe you remember you have that friend in Timbuktu, that you haven't spoken to for a while, and you decide to call them up. Maybe you remember that you're a badass and that you can't do everything, but you can definitely do anything. Yeah. So, moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. I want to clarify this Five of Wands here as far as what that competition is in regards to Spirit. What can we get some clarification on the Five of Wands? Okay, the Hierophant. So what that's saying to me is that the competition or what you're fighting for is to break a cycle, maybe to break tradition, to break what you're used to. Which makes sense if you've been stuck in this place based on the monthly reading. If you've been stuck in this place where you are feeling it's like a big pile of poo-poo, it makes sense to me that I think all of these people are you. You're just battling those processes of thought, those ways of being, maybe those vices that you did pick up to support yourself through, to lean on as a crutch. And that's not a judgment. Like, we're human. God knows I've and call me Tiny Tim over here because I'm used to crutches, and I have my own path and work to do and have done. But that's what I'm getting from this, is that this week is a great opportunity for you to really come out on top over those things that have been holding power over you in the form of what you're used to. Your consistent actions that you've been taking over the past while that may have been solidifying the way that you're feeling. And that could be just even the way that you're thinking about yourself. So asking you to bring those wonderful, wonderful pieces of yourself out. In the standard Rider deck, it's this angel calling these people up out of these graves or these tombs. So you're being asked to, you're done rotting, right? Necrotizing fasciitis was fun. We're good on that. We're going to pull ourselves out of the rigor mortis, and we're going to move towards a new life, something that is what you want. And that's the whole point of the eclipse. Like I was saying in the last video, and with the new moon, I would recommend figuring out, once you do come out on top here over your own consistencies that aren't working for you, I would sit down and write down, especially on the 14th, what it is that you want and be clear about it. Like, be clear and put those up somewhere where you can see that until the next full moon. And then you can release the things that you no longer want. But that's the time to jump timelines, and that's what we're talking about here. Cool. All right. So your challenge for the month is the Seven of Swords, or the week, excuse me. The Seven of Swords, what I'm getting from this is, and I think you might have actually had this in your monthly reading too, or it might have been Cancer. Anyway, I feel like what's coming through on this is a self-betrayal. Like, maybe some of these other people that are inside of you, have been winning, have been overcoming what it is that you truly want to be or come forward. And that's the challenge you're overcoming. Is this is just this is something you've been battling for a minute. And there's a sneaky quality to the card as well. I think just like the devil, and it's asking you, this is not what's important, to turn away from it for now. I think it's just reminding you that is definitely there, and to just watch out for your own ego's sneakiness, because she's a sneaky bitch. She will she will snatch a wig so quick. So it's just asking you to pay attention, to stay present, to be ready to combat that, to fight that process. That's what I'm getting from that. So your blessing for the week is the Eight of Cups. So there's something about walking away. I think this is, especially being in the emotional section here, or suit. I think this is an opportunity for you to start leaving behind those things that are weighing you down. I think that there's going to be, like with the Seven of Cups being where this is leading, what it's good for, you're going to have those options in front of you now that are going to allow you to start getting what you want. And in order to get those things that you want, you need to start leaving some of the things behind. You need to clear out your closet so that you can go buy new clothes. You need to clean out your fridge so that you can put fresh food in there, because it's been in there rotting, you know. That's what I'm getting from this here. Clarifying the outcome, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is, he's all about, he knows that it takes hard work and consistent hard work to get what he do want. And he's very dedicated to that task. So with the outcome being the choice, what this is saying to me is that you need to be diligent about making this choice. Maybe there are going to be so many options for some of you, so many options present, that it's going to be overwhelming. So to just stay diligent about releasing those true portions of yourself, so that when those options do present, it's going to be more clear to you on which path to take. I want to clarify that too, actually. Can I get some clarification on the Knight of Pentacles, please? It's been so helpful today, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. All right. So I think that what I'm getting from this is that some of these choices that you guys are going to be encountering here is going to be, there's an opportunity for a new hobby, passion project, maybe reigniting an old creative pursuit. Maybe some of you have been wanting to write a book, and now you get to decide what you want to write it on. Maybe maybe some of you get to take a trip, and now you get to decide where to go. Or you've just gotten out of school, and there are so many options job-wise that you could take. So what this is telling me is that no matter what choice you make, it's definitely going to take some hard work and dedicated, consistent work to make this the best possible that it can be. But there's something about bringing what inspires you into this too, which makes sense, because what you're focusing on this week is releasing those portions of yourself that haven't seen the light for a while. And in doing that, it makes sense that something from your past that you haven't participated in maybe coming back up, or for some of you, it may be you may get a new stroke of genius, a new inspiration to do something. And maybe with that being a new thing, these choices open up that you weren't even aware of them because you didn't even know that you were interested in it. But either way, definitely getting that note of it's going to take some hard work, and I know you're up to the task for sure. The energy that needs to be cleared here, the Hanged One. So what I'm getting from this is that some of you, most of you, all of you, I'm going to say all because we all need to do this, but there's a need to start meditating more. Because that's where we find the rot that we need to move away from. I don't want to say move away from. What this is encouraging you right now, though, is like, this is still important. That rot is still important to take care of right now. But what's important right now, because of the eclipse energy and the new moon coming in, is to focus on what you want and not what you don't want. We don't want more rot. We want eternal life, right? So this is encouraging you to get on your ass instead of up off your ass, to sit down and meditate. And I think this is how you're going to be able to walk away from the things that you need to. Maybe how you're going to be able to discern which choice is right for you, or maybe even how you do get that spark of inspiration. So yeah, I am super happy. This is a much, much better read than for the month. Not that it was a bad read. It was illuminating for sure. And I know I did get response from some of you too. I know that it was also illuminating for you. So what this is saying to me is, coming into the eclipse portion here, now is your time to really focus on what it is you want, and being specific about that, getting ready to be the winning voice here, or the winning personality through all of the crap, and to focus on meditating and releasing those true inner parts of yourself, those parts that are ready to help you face the dark of the night, whatever your dark of night is right now that you're facing. Isolation, loneliness, having a hard time making friends, new city, new job, new phone, who dis, right? You got this. I'm excited for you, Scorpio. This looks so much better. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for a complete picture on what's going on for you this week. Love you, Scorpio. We'll see you next week.